What is going on, guys? Crucible here, and I'm gonna be it's gonna be a long-winded one. Um, so as you guys know, there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems with Dragon Ball Legends in its current state. I think they've been doing their best to try and fix some of the issues and to mitigate some of the backlash that the community has been kind of giving them. But I think in a lot of ways, as you know, Legends, when they try to make updates and changes to the game to try and make it better, it's always like one step forward, two steps back. And in this video, we're going to kind of cover some of the changes that have recently come to the game and stuff that I feel really needs to change and really just to kind of fix the current state of the game. So if you like this video, like it, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Comment down below what you guys would like to see changed with this game. More or less, I'll probably cover a lot of these arguments that you guys have in this video here. But let me know down below, and let's get the discussion going. So, as you guys know, one of the things that has always kind of plagued the game has been its PvP. Now, they recently released this version 2.9, which did a lot of changes to the current state of PvP. The big thing for this was, obviously, they reduced load times for starting up the app and going into battles and stuff and whatnot. And those are all fine and dandy. PvP, in my test run of PvP when this update first came out, it was okay. It was a lot better than what it was. Like the lag that I did have in the certain matches that I had was definitely nowhere close to what it used to be. And it was at least somewhat playable. However, I still don't think it fully fixed the problem. The one thing that I feel did change is that they started matching people based on similar battle ranks. So depending on what your RP poll was, or whatever your RP was in the current season, you match up with people that had similar RP point accumulation, so which was kind of nice. Yeah, like more or less, I think it's just more or less. I'm not going to delve in this too much, just because it looks like they are making changes to it. I feel like they could probably tinker it a little bit more to make it a little bit better, but I think it's a slight improvement from what it was before. Matches are not as laggy as they were, and obviously matching up with people is a bit easier. The only thing that I think is relatively clear, and I think the community kind of sees it as a whole as well, is the fact that I think bots are more prevalent in PvP than it was before, and it's becoming harder to really tell what is a bot and what isn't, because now bots have guilds that they're now put into, and the only real way you can kind of tell if it's a bot is just the play style. And even then, like, it's kind of hard to tell too, because they're not really like perfect vanishing like they always do. They're not always like comboing their cards and going straight into the next strike card after just using one. Like it's weird. It's a very weird place. All in all, I think PvP is doing better, but still needs some things to kind of fix it. Obviously with co-op, they remove cooldown time, which is fine, I guess. There's one bug that's been plaguing me in co-op, and the reason why I don't really do a whole lot of co-op stuff in general, unless it's like a Zenkai unit, is when I try to co-op cover change with my co-op partner, and it just doesn't register. Like the clicking just doesn't register, and my teammate ends up getting destroyed because I can't cover change. I don't know if that's a glitch. I don't know if this necessarily fixed the issue. But that's more or less what's kind of plaguing me with co-op. Missions are this mission change is actually really nice. I don't know if anyone's actually like looked. I don't know if you guys have actually gone to look at the new mentions layout. It actually shows you like the top rewards for each like set of event missions, which is really nice. I really like that change. Adventures and training. This is also a really good update as well. Whenever you have multiples of a similar adventure, you can just go ahead and reattempt it, and it uses Zenny, which is really nice because I have way too much Zenny that I can even count. So the fact that I can use my Zenny for something to kind of lower that number a little bit is kind of nice. Exchange shops, whatever. Assistobots, whatever. All this stuff is whatever. Yeah. So again, this was a nice, relatively nice update, nice quality of life update. PvP still needs work, but yeah. Next thing I kind of want to go over is the banners. Legends. I can't say that Legends doesn't have content, because as a PvP focused game, right? The whole aspect of the content in this game is summons, because you want to summon on characters that are viable for PvP that'll help you gain an advantage in PvP, right? So I don't want to necessarily say that that summon banners are not content, because they 100% is the main content of the game. But you got to look at what's been kind of going on. So we had an amazing dual banner with the second anniversary super banner and the second anniversary GT banner. And it's not dual LF like it was with Piccolo and was it Piccolo and Frieza? Yeah, it was Piccolo and Frieza. When those came out a couple months ago. So this was a very, very, very good banner. All the units were extremely viable. Vegeta Blue, obviously, as you know, is destroying the meta. He's just that good. And the EXs are also really good. Like EX Gogeta is phenomenal. The EX Vegeta and Trunks are pretty good as well. Like all the units here were fantastic. The step-ups were fantastic. And obviously the added tickets are really nice as well. Then they released this. And I don't know if it's due to the climate of the world right now with you know, the virus going around and whatnot, and just the way the development has been impacted because of it. But I feel like this banner in particular, it's just odd that they labeled it as an anniversary rising Kaioken banner. Like it's just really odd that in this we also got this. This Goku's pretty good, but this Pikkon is just horrible. Like I don't know why anyone would want to summon for this unit. Like he is not groundbreaking. He is not meta inducing. He doesn't really fit in a lot of teams. So I'm not sure why this is being celebrated as a second anniversary banner. But I mean, it is what it is. And the banner itself like wasn't even like good. Like you got Android 21, which came back, and you know, she's really good. I thought this was worthwhile to try and summon her if you didn't get her before. Same with this Goku. Bunny Bumble's okay. This Golden Frieza is overlooked quite a bit. This Golden Frieza is actually still pretty good. He's okay. Cell's okay. Bardock could use a Zenkai or something. He got a Zenkai Awaken. He's okay. And this Vegeta's just not good at all. So, like, it's just not a good unit. And then we had the V-Jump scans, right? We had the V-Jump scans that came out. And we thought the V-Jump scans for the Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta were going to be a UST banner. But it wasn't. And it just wasn't. And to top it all off, this was also, it wasn't even a UST banner. It was another Legends Rising banner in the guise of a second anniversary banner. Like, what is going on with that? I want to think that like these units were supposed to come out like either like, considering that this Goku's really good but is red, I almost want to believe that this particular banner was supposed to come out before the anniversary in some capacity, but I just don't know. Like, it's like, I just don't understand why this is another like Legends Rising banner. And then to top it all off, it came with like this banner was even worse than the last one. Like, this Trunks is okay, but this Vegeta's bad, this Goku's bad, Zamasu's bad, this Trunks is awful. Mai's still a decent like bench unit, but like it's nothing great. This Goku's okay, or this Gohan's okay. This Hit is garbage. Like, he's basically just another version of the yellow Hit. Like, it's just, I just don't understand. And then to top it all off, you have like the V-Jump scans came out again. And I don't know if it's here, but where's might be. But like, if you go over here, I believe it's here somewhere. V-Jump scan. Yeah. So here we go. So they announced this brand new Turles and this brand new Goku from the Cooler movie, I believe. Was it the Cooler movie? I think it was the Cooler movie. But if you look here, it says Legends Rising right there on the cover. Like, why? That's 3 Legends Rising banners in the span of this anniversary. And the anniversary just ended, so it's like, okay, well, no, you know what? The anniversary's over. We're not celebrating the anniversary anymore. We're not celebrating the anniversary anymore. Maybe that's supposed to be a UST, but it's another Legends Rising banner. And these banners, I have been saying it in a lot of my videos, and I've been saying it on streams and stuff. These banners suck. They are horrible because there is no relevant units outside the new ones that they introduce, and the 99Z power is just a gimmick to try and get you to summon on them. Like, they're almost not worth summoning on. So my issue with summons is that, like, it's back to back to back, and that kind of leads into the fact that there's no like actual like worthwhile events to really grind out either. So like I think if we go to events, right, like if we look at like nobody likes doing this. They like Ultra Space Time Rush is just a waste of time. In a lot of, and like, you can, these tickets are good, and obviously if you're into like awakening medals and or equipment and stuff, it's fine, but the grind is not worth it to meet the ends. And this banner honestly needs an update. It needs a very, very heavy update, and include a lot more like recent units. They just released this Zamasu banner, which is just a Rising Battle. It's just a Rising Battle like event. Like, it's nothing like too groundbreaking. It's the same stuff that we've always done. And then they brought this out, right? They brought this event back, which is supposed to be like the Ginyu event, but with Super Warriors. And this was fun. This was fine. It wasn't bad by any means, but they only released 3 units, and then on top of that, they released an equipment for purple EX Chaozu from the very launch of the game. Like why not just release a brand new Chaozu? Why not release a new Piccolo unit? You could even argue that you could throw Jocko into the Super Warriors tag. Like, release a new Jocko unit. Like, they could have easily added 5 units on this banner. And then to top it all off, it's supposed to be under the new format. This doesn't really show. Oh, well, that's why I'm in the wrong thing. So that's the co-op one. But then that's the other thing, too. They put this event, they put Krillin and Tien on the event, but then they took Yamcha, who's part of this tag, and they made him grind. They made you grind him in co-op. And it really was not that great of a co-op event either. But like, yeah, so you had 2 units for this that you had to grind out. And it really wasn't the drop rates for these medals that you got to get the equipment and the awakened equipment for Chaozu and stuff. Like, the drop rates were not great. They were horrible. You maybe got, if you used 10 stamina, you maybe got 40 medals at best. And a lot of the stuff that you needed on there used up like 10 medals. So if you wanted to like mass grind out the equipment and stuff, like, you weren't going to really get much from doing that. And then I don't know why they brought this back, obviously, for the Super Warrior event. And this was highly requested. Like, this guy, it's been over a year since he was last like here. So I just don't. But the problem being is that, like, it forced you to either do the event to get the soul boost for getting him 14-starred, but the new summon units from the banners were the top, like, boost units. And it's like, yo, unless you pulled these units, like, you're going to be farming his Z power with, like, next to nothing. Very little drops. And I don't know why they don't just, like, cycle these out, like, every update. Like, just, like, every week. They should just make it so every week they have a brand new, Legends Road unit like this. I don't see why they can't do that. Because that way it gives old existing players reasons to go back and max out all the characters and grind out their shops. And it also gives new players a means, like, something to grind towards or grind up. Like, there's no reason why these types of events, these Legends Road events, can't just be cycled out weekly. It doesn't make sense. And then I don't know. And then they had, like, Let's Fight 3, but they removed that. I don't know why they can't just make that a permanent thing. But yeah. And then they had, like, this. They had Snake Way came back. That was fine. And this, again, was another Rising Battle. It was fine. 1,000 crystals, whatever. This was this raid event here was actually a whole lot of fun, and I really wish they would do more with this. The fact that you could test out the characters and see how the characters operate, look, and play was a really, really cool feature. And then the fact that you had, like, a raid on top of that in the background was also cool as well. So, like, I don't know why they don't do more events like this. There's not a lot of variety. There's not enough events that they're cycling in and out. Like, we haven't gotten a new Rising Battle character to grind out. It takes a while for these to, like, come out, especially with the Zenkais and stuff. Like, there's so much more that they could do with events and in-game content that's not just summons. I don't know. There's a lot that they could do. And then the last thing I'll go over is the Zenkai thing. And like I said at the very beginning of the video, this is the reason why this is the reason why I said that they always take 1 step forward and 2 steps back when they want to try and change stuff up. So they changed the Zenkai banners Honestly, I think it's a good change, all in all, because they're cutting the cost to Zenkai 7 a unit by like 2/3. So you're only spending a third of the Chrono Crystals to get them Zenkai 7, which is great. And when you do the multi, right, you get a free 100. So like, but like you have a chance to drop 1,500, which is 1.5 Zenkais, right? It's 1.5 Zenkai levels. But you get 100 of these at a 72% drop rate, which is really, really good. And like even on the off chance that you get like 1 or 2 of these in your poll, you at least get the 100 from it, right? But the thing being, right? The problem with this being is that Zenkai 1, you are always given missions for everyone to be able to get a free Zenkai 1 character. And while the Zenkai 1s don't drastically change the unit all that much, usually there's Zenkai 3 and Zenkai 6 Zenkai abilities usually really boost up each unit. But they recently just made a change to that. They made it so that way instead of having to use the unit, you could just use characters within that unit's tag. And that made the grind for that Zenkai 1 extremely easy at that point. It was just a matter of putting the time into it. But now, with this new Zenkai banner, and while this is a great change to the Zenkai banner, they removed, going forward, every new Zenkai unit, they removed the Zenkai 1 banner, the Zenkai 1 missions to get the Zenkai 1 character. And it's like, why? If they would have kept the Zenkai 1 missions, and they, I don't know, they like upped the cost by like 500 on the multi, and it was like 1,500 to summon, I feel like that'd be justified. At the very least, that still gives players a free option to get an upgraded character, right? And then if they wanted to go Zenkai 7, then they still would only end up spending maybe 7,000, 8,000 crystals, which is still a third of what they would normally be spending on with the old banners. Like, I just don't understand. Like, again, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and it really just it really like grinds my gears. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up there. I think I more or less kind of covered everything. Again, some of the stuff they've done, like PvP, they've done fixes for. They did a lot of quality of life stuff. I think while I hate the idea that they removed the Zenkai 1 missions for Zenkai units, I still think that the update to the Zenkai banners is fantastic. And my stance on Zenkai 2 is the fact that, you can spend 7,000 Chrono Crystals and not pull any of the new units on the summon banners. So you get the shaft, but you know what you're getting from the Zenkai units. So it's a matter of what teams do you run, what's the meta currently like, and is it viable for you to summon? And you have that choice. But you don't really get a choice in regards to summoning on a regular summon banner, because you're not necessarily guaranteed to get the new units. So, but I think the Zenkai change, while the Zenkai 1 going away is missions suck. It sucks that those went away. I think it's still great that they updated that and made it more accessible for people that just grind out crystals and whatnot, or the occasional person that just delves a little money into the game here and there. But clearly we need a lot more story events. We need variety in the events that we get. We need better rotations of events and stuff too. And it can't just be about summons. This can't, like, as much as summons are content in this game because of the PvP aspect, like, you need to release more events for people to be able to go out and be able to summon on these banners. That's just more or less what it is. So the game requires a lot more management. I'm hoping that with these recent changes that they're making a step in the right direction, but obviously that may or may not be the case. So we'll have to see going forward. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know this was a long one, but please, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe for more Legends content. And let me know down in the comments below what you would like to see changed in the game. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.